This week on the CoolerCast, I wanted to use that. I was like, today we have a special guest, and his name is Silver Fox. Da, 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 da.
There we go.
Da, 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 da. But he didn't come.
No,
He ruined it. Silver Fox, he ruined it.
didn't work.
He ruins everything.
You ruined everything.
Ow. And welcome to another installment of the CoolerCast. And thank you for joining us. And this is here, Fyro.
Excellent.
And to my right, we have...
Hey, Father Riddles is back.
Excellent. And the G-Lux 247. We're one man short because he's ill under the weather. So, unfortunately, Professor Levi was not able to join us. We were going to have a special guest until he backed out at the last minute.
Yeah, we were actually going to bring back the original cast members all together. But something about a history project for his nephew. Like, he can do his own homework. Let him do his own homework.
Something about Iran, Contra. It's real simple. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA.
There you
It's
go.
the first level. Well, no, that's totally not it.
no.
But yeah, he's off helping family do Excel, I guess. So
Yeah.
Good on him.
I guess.
Yeah. Mm.
Sure, if you want to call hand-holding helping to excel a family.
Yeah, you're right. So, I don't know if anybody notices, but this cast is out a little bit later. It's because we did record one earlier, but I made the mistake of bringing my PS4 and the Star Wars Battlefront beta, and no, that was bad.
So much distraction.
You can't. It's hard to play a game of that magnitude and then have a reasonable discussion at the same time.
Like, it'd be different if we were playing Destiny, because, like, okay, it's something we do on a daily basis, but it's Star Wars.
Oh my gosh, if you did not get a chance to play that beta,
by the time you're hearing this, it's over.
It's over.
It is way
it's over.
over.
And you missed.
Even
an
I got
excellent
to have a
beta.
chance to play the beta, and I don't have a PS4.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you did, because, I mean, it was amazing. I was totally expecting something akin to what would happen with Street Fighter V beta. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work. I didn't even get to... I got to be on the practice screen for a little bit, and I never actually got to fight anybody. So, and then, I don't know, it left and didn't come back.
It's still impending. It's going to be coming back around again. It's just not out right now.
Yeah. And that was like, what, 2 months ago? Maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, 3 months ago.
Did any of you two try to do that 32 on 32 or 30?
No, that's going on right now.
That's going on right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're here doing this.
You want to kick that up?
And we've learned. We've learned our lessons.
No.
But what we can talk about is our post Battlefront experience. Yeah. What do we enjoy? What are we looking forward to? What didn't we like so much? And are we, at the end of the day, are we picking this up?
Yeah. Well, I think it's safe to say we're definitely picking this up.
We're gonna pick it up.
Yeah, we're gonna pick it up. I've made some bad choices in games this year, and I think this is actually gonna be a better one. You know, if not the best choice for this year, game of the year.
There are some people who disagree.
I believe
it.
But why do they disagree, though?
They're really comparing it based on DICE's sales of the last couple of Battlefield games that came out. They've noticed the decline from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4. And because it's a DICE game, so they're working on it. So they're putting Battlefront in that Battlefield category. Even though the game doesn't really play like Battlefield at all, it really does feel like you're playing the older Battlefront games, which is what we want, because we like that type of thing.
That was like the most excellent comment that one editor made, was that he feels like he's playing a PS2 game in the best sense ever, in the sense that, wow, this feels amazing. You know, that thrill that we got back on the PS2 playing Battlefront is back. It's really fantastic.
And the other thing is the way the menu system and the party system worked with the beta was really confusing. It was really hard to get into a match with your friends, and even then, if you did wind up getting in a match with your friends, more than likely you were going to be wound up splitting teams.
Yeah.
Like you had to join from somebody on the outside lobby. You couldn't just jump into their game. And then from there, it was a waiting process to see if there was open slots for you to fill into it. And sometimes you would get into the game, and then a second later would boot you back out, and he'd still be there, and you'd be left behind. Like they really need to work on their party system.
Yeah. Well, I think we got to remember it's a beta, so these are things that definitely they're going to be taking note of, and I'm sure they're gonna fix it. As far as the menu, I didn't have too much of an issue with how the menu was laid out itself.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have much experience with the menu because my friend who set it all up for me, he just threw me in the match and he's like, "Here." I was like, "No, I don't want to." Okay. And so I started to just jumped and played in the match, and he and I mentioned it to Jilix earlier today that I got like 11-6.
Okay.
He went positive. I didn't go positive the entire weekend I played. I got at best 11 and 12, so I was still under.
Yeah.
So for one game for him to go up in Battlefront,
well,
is
the thing is
actually really good when you're playing against 39 other people.
As I was playing, I had now between then and the last time I played an FPS game was Halo
Reach
and Halo 4.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having all these memories coming back to me playing first-person shooters. And it doesn't play anything like Halo.
No.
But what I'm saying is that it's a first-person shooter. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this is bringing my game back. I'm like, I want this.
Yeah, it was the menu is pretty simple. I mean, it's split into two options. You can play multiplayer, which is the online function, or you can play missions, which you're able to play different types of missions offline or online with a friend.
It's not so much a story mode as it is like do this objective.
Single player.
Kind of like single or co-op horde mode.
Yeah, well,
do the objective and complete through the waves and. Yeah,
under that category, they had like training, which is going to be infinitely helpful because. Flying around, I got to test out the snow speeder and the TIE fighter, and that was actually it was kind of difficult.
Flying exactly wasn't really good.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. And then also you have the missions where you can go survival.
Yeah.
There you go, survival, and you can play survival, which is you go against hordes of enemies. I think you'll be able to play as both Empire and Rebels, I think so, which was fun. That was fun. And then under multiplayer, we had the drop pods, and we had the, of course, the 40 on 40, the Battle of Hoth, and we also had what was the last one? What was the other one?
I think that was just the two of them.
It was just those two, right? Yeah, it was just those two.
Walker Assault and Drop Pod.
Yeah,
Drop Pod is a lot like Controls in Destiny.
Yeah,
or like Territories in Halo.
Yeah,
or I'm trying to think what's the other one. The Gears, I can't remember what the mode is, but basically show up to the pod and then secure the pod, and you have to hold on to it until it times out. If the enemy comes, the enemy can then unsecure it and then start secure it for themselves.
Yeah, and
best of 5.
And the drop pods contain power ups too, which is great.
What I did notice is that on the battle on Hoth, the Empire was like super overpowered.
Yeah, that's that movie scenario, Empire Strikes Back, where the Empire wins that battle, they destroy the shield generator, everybody evacuates. So I get from a story standpoint, the Empire should be one-sided in that match, but man, when you're the rebels, it's tough.
It's really although
it's
tough. Possible,
it's tough,
it's possible.
It's possible
because I've seen it happen.
I won twice as the rebels. I won twice, but I mean that's the cool thing about it is that when you're playing as a rebel. And you see those AT-ATs, you can actually run under these things. It is daunting. It's like, oh my god, there's this giant mechanical camel shooting laser beams at me. And I mean, when you get to control the AT-AT, it's on autopilot, but you can control where it shoots. Everything's blowing up, man.
Yeah.
You are blowing up. Everything is blowing up.
When I was playing at my friend's house, he was playing this one last time. He was desperately looking for a snow speeder. Yeah, snow speeder, and he found an icon. He was running at it, couldn't get it. Somebody else got it. He found another one nearby. He saw somebody running after it already, so he was trying to go, and he even boosted. And as soon as he was about to get to it, somebody else got it, and he just kneeled down as if, it was like, hey, I got it before you, and just disappeared.
Yeah, that's what happens when you activate the power up. You kneel down and you go into that mode or whatever.
And I saw the TIE fighter like flying as a TIE fighter, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I just wanted to go every time I'm on it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was pretty fun. I mean, because you can actually take shots at people on the ground too. While I
saw a few people kamikaze the AT-AT.
Yeah. That's what Swing was doing the whole time. He was flying as a TIE fighter and then kamikazing the
rebels.
The standing turrets. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I was crashing in to blow it up. I'm like, why don't you just shoot it? He's like, because it's really hard to fly. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah. So that practice mode is gonna come in handy, but drop pods, I really liked the map that they chose for drop pods.
It was pretty legit. Yeah,
it was amazing. It was Sullust. And it's the first time we actually get to see this planet of Sullust, which is the home planet of the co-pilot for Lando in Return of the Jedi, Tien Num.
Yeah,
he's Celestin. The little fish-looking alien, and we can see his home planet, and it is very dirty. It's got, I guess, mud pits that burn you.
Environmental hazards.
Hazards, and I'm like, every time I fell into one of those things, I was like, no.
That was the first thing that killed me, and I didn't realize what was going on. I was like, I died, and then I'm looking at the kill cam, like, who got me? Oh man!
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, the cool thing is, like, it's not colored differently. The ground is not colored differently, so you can't really tell that it's a mud pit. It's kind of deeper.
So until you get your health,
you start seeing red, glaring on your screen. You're like, what? You're turning around trying to figure out who's shooting at you. You find out you're not getting shot at. You're burning. Your feet are burning.
There's a couple light markers in the pit maps that let you know, hey, there's a pit here. But if you don't pay attention to that, you'll drop into one and maybe you'll be okay, or you'll drop into a mud pit and start burning.
Yeah. But the maps too, I think that some of the folks over at Bungie could take a lesson from the designers of these maps, because they were gorgeous.
I mean, you got to figure, as many people as you're trying to put into the map, it has to cover a wide area.
Yeah.
The skybox has got to be really good. And don't get me wrong, that Bungie does really good work with their stuff, but as far as like playability, it's very clear what your objective is going to be on said map, and it doesn't really allow you to have just like in your open face. Mm-hmm. I have multiple ways of attacking this situation. Mm-hmm. Depending on what game type you're playing, you already know what the heat map is going to look like.
Yeah. They always come out with posting the heat maps. They know where the action is taking place, which is kind of sad because some of their maps are very nice looking as well, but you don't really get to explore a lot of the map. But man, I wanted to cover every inch of these maps. They were just gorgeous. And there was hazards coming from everywhere.
The colors, Duke. The colors. It's
were
good to see an FPS that isn't afraid to shy away from the brown.
Yeah.
It was
good.
It was good. So that drops November 17th.
Yeah.
So
this is a definite buy for me. And also the other two, when individuals picked up the heroes, there was a sense of urgency to get at them
because they were going to come and mess you up.
They will come and mess you up, but they are possible to take down. Because I once got to be Luke Skywalker and I got ganked like almost immediately.
So the one time I saw somebody play as Skywalker, immediately faced Vader.
Wow.
It was like...
And they have sword duels and clashes, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's awesome.
It was pretty epic. He died quickly, though, but it was pretty epic.
Yeah, that seems to be the favorite thing is for everybody to gang up on Luke Skywalker and then teabag him while Darth Vader's watching.
But you know why? There he is. Blast him.
Yeah.
Like, you get to live that
Blast
out.
him.
I saw one GIF. Kotaku had posted a GIF where the Imperial soldier is under the AT-AT and he's running with them, and then here comes Luke over the corner, and I'm like, oh man, he comes flying in, and bam, he gets stepped on, but the AT-AT squished him. I was like,
So you
wow.
can get squished by those
Yes,
things?
you can. Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
can.
I seen some. Kotaku had some great gifs up this week. And they had a gif of a guy's calling his hero. Mm-hmm. He gets the marker. He gets the hero. He goes to bend over, and then you see, boom, Vader standing right behind him. Looks at him and just kind of walks away.
Yeah.
Another guy on the Imperial side. He called his hero. He gets Vader. Vader does his stance and raises the hand. He goes walking up. Bam! Get ran over by a snow speeder.
Yeah,
wow.
They had a bunch of gifs of people just in the X-wings just coming down and squashing people with them taking off. I was like, what?
Dude, those explosions when the X-wing
Yeah.
or the TIE fighters, when they kamikaze, those explosions are huge.
Everything rumbles.
Yeah.
Yes.
The particle effects was really good.
It
too.
was a particle. Man, the snow glittered.
Yeah.
They made that game look pretty.
It
They
sparkled.
really did. I think they nailed down the visuals on this game, which is fantastic. But at the same time, it feels really familiar. I still remember playing Battlefront 2. It still feels very familiar, and it does play differently. There is no ammo pickup. You have infinite ammo, but what you do have is, of course, a cooldown. Your gun can overheat.
But you have action reload, like
Yeah.
Gears. If you hit the right spot, your cooldown is instantly done.
Yeah.
But if you mess it up, you got to wait even longer.
Yeah.
Stuff recharges like really quick. Thermal grenades were recharging in 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, throw a grenade, wait 9 seconds, throw a grenade. Destiny, at best, I can get my grenade to recharge in like
30.
40.
Yeah. I got it down to 34 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
30, yeah. That's because I'm like, discipline everything.
Discipline
Discipline everything. I need those grenades, man. Also, another thing that they're doing with their character models is now that you can change how each character, the loadout for each character, which is by means of these collectibles called cards, and you have a hand, and so in each hand you can hold 3 cards, so you can change up your different loadouts depending on the level you are and what perks you unlocked and stuff like that. So eventually I got my character to level 5, and I was able to purchase the majority of the different weapons. So I had the
That jetpack, though.
the jetpack. Yeah, unlocked the jetpack, definitely. I had the jetpack. I had the ion upgrade, which turned my gun into kind of more effective against
Right.
the ATSTs and other mechanical things. And then also I had the, of course, the thermal detonator or the ion detonator, because those worked really good against those
Walkers, yeah.
Those chicken walkers were crazy.
Question on the planet on Hoth, the battle for Hoth. Did that big old cannon actually fire? Is that a power up thing or?
No, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the boob.
The big nipple gun.
The big nipple gun. Yeah, no.
Right. No, that's for the orbit to
Yeah.
protect the freighters that you're
okay.
leaving.
No, but what you did do as the rebels to help combat the AT-ATs is you had to create these uplinks so that you could call in the Y-wings and they could do a bomb run, which would stun the AT-ATs.
And that's when they make the call out, right? That the
Right.
AT-AT is exposed. Fire
Yeah,
up.
Fire.
Fire up. I mean, if you were bad enough, you could hop into a snow speeder and
And
straight
tie
up tie
Dude,
them up.
I saw somebody doing that
Straight up
and
do-
knocked it down. It
Do
was
that
great.
wedge, man. Do that wedge.
Yeah.
It was great.
One more pass.
Yeah, I
I was
tried
blown away.
it. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, man.
Yeah, because somebody got him, and you know that cam that views everything.
Uh-huh.
Somebody was like spinning around it. It was like the best view ever. I loved it.
I was like, that was actually pretty cool. So, I mean, it's possible for the Rebels to win, but the theme of the week was welcome to the Battlefront beta, where nobody knows what they're doing and the objectives don't matter.
Yeah, it's just pew pew pew. That's all it was, man. It was fantastic.
We lost the game, but did you see my KD though?
Yeah, I actually came out on top once. Woohoo!
Yay.
And for a very short while amongst my friends, I had the top score in survival.
Top speed in survival.
Yeah. I got it down to 7-11.
I came close, and then I messed it up because I got stuck behind an ATSC, and silly me, I didn't realize I had an ion grenade in my hand, and I went to go throw it at him, but I was standing behind the pod as it opened, so it instantly detonated on me and reset me on the opposite side of the map where I started. I had to run all the way back to get to him, so that cost my time.
Oh man!
And then Mumble beat us all.
Yeah,
he got down to under. He got down to under 7.
Yeah, of course he did. He's been playing. I think he still played Battlefront on Xbox.
He's probably playing right now.
Yeah, he's playing the beta right now. But I mean, he was even playing Battlefront 2 still on his Xbox.
Oh yeah, he kept it. So
yeah,
he would be the aficionado for this series.
Pretty much.
So
White.
Thumbs up over here. We're picking it up.
Yeah.
Some of our friends online weren't too impressed with the beta, but I'm sure if we give them some time, eventually they'll come around to it. And then it'll be a nice bounce of going back and forth from Destiny. But more Star Wars news. This just in, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have to wait for December to get our Star Wars fix on screen. Star Wars Rebels Season 2 starts tomorrow.
Yes!
Tomorrow!
I've been waiting for Star Wars Rebels. Oh my goodness. I really liked this series. I was excited about the Clone Wars, but I wasn't too into it. I didn't really like it too much, but I really dig Star Wars.
Clone Wars
Rebels.
took a couple seasons to get into its groove.
Yeah.
Rebels is hitting it because now they got that post Clone Wars experience. Okay, now we know what we want to do to make a series work, so we can do this from scratch and get it right the first season. Plus, we have all the Clone Wars stuff to build off of.
Yeah.
Which is great because now Rex and the gang are going to show up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rex is
back.
It's all coming around.
Yeah,
so,
and they look cool.
So I'm guessing this is taking place after, what was that girl's name?
Ahsoka. Yeah, Ahsoka's already...
Because last I heard she was, like...
Yeah, she left the Jedi Order.
She left.
Yeah, but towards the end of Season 1, you get a surprise visit from Ahsoka.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
She made it.
She made it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. When Clone Wars came out, I was like, why should I care about this character? I didn't know what's going to happen to the... And then when she leaves in Season 5, I was like, oh, there's a chance that she can actually hang around. And I like her now, so...
Yeah.
Let's bring her back, shall we? And they totally did.
They totally brought her back, and now she's going to be a
regular
part
cast
of
member.
the Rebellion. Regular cast. Speaking of new cast, Sarah Michelle Gellar is voicing... a new character also. She plays,
really?
Yeah, she's going to be one of the Sith. Not Sith. She's going to be one of the new Inquisitors. They're not Sith. They're Inquisitors. But yeah, she teams up with another dark side user. I can't remember his name. But that's kind of cool. Sarah Michelle Gellar and her husband are on opposite sides now because her husband Freddie Prinze is voicing Kanan.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. That must be a lot of fun for those two. That would be really cool. That would be a really cool job to have with your wife, is voicing these awesome Star Wars characters, and then you're on opposite ends of the spectrum.
There's a dynamic there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That's awesome. Let's see, who else is coming back? Darth Vader's coming back. Also,
yeah.
He's going to be in there.
As Darth Vader,
Yeah,
he's going back to the dark side, or what?
No,
this is after Episode 3 and before Episode 4.
It's like 15 years after Episode 3.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh! For some reason, my mind was thinking about the movie.
He's heavily on the dark side.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He's heavily into the dark side.
Okay.
Breathing smoke.
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
Yeah. One of the things that I really like about this series is Ezra's lightsaber.
It's pretty legit. It's very original.
One of the coolest. That was one of the most original lightsabers I've ever seen. I was like, that's actually a pretty good one. I'm like, because the Inquisitor before him had this circular one, and we did a podcast about it when Star Wars Rebels came out. I wasn't crazy about it. It's kind of lazy, it didn't look all that intimidating. But Ezra's is pretty cool. He's got like a little blaster attached to his lightsaber. So
Stun blaster, because kids.
Yeah, because kids.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I thought that was cool.
Set it to stun permanently.
And
right.
the Disney Infinity has these characters unlocked now, and they look pretty awesome. They're fun to play with. I picked up Yoda, and I picked up Disney Infinity 3.0. Yoda is the bomb running around with Chewbacca. I love Chewbacca's figurine. He just looks amazing.
Cool.
It looks amazing.
You gotta get that Ahsoka figurine now, though.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll eventually get it when I buy the pack. But they also just announced the Force Awakening set.
I've seen the Kylo Ren figure.
The Kylo Ren figure looks pretty cool, man. I like him as a Disney Infinity character. He looks super cool, and I can't wait till that. That comes out December 18th.
The day of the movie.
The day after the movie, yep. Or the day of the movie.
It's like interesting. We know nothing about what's going on. I'm like, I don't mind, though. I'm glad that the hype train visually has slowed down enough for me to get re-excited.
They just whetted everybody's appetite. Just bring them to the top, but just leave them there just enough.
Appetite, possibly clothing.
So,
got him. Got him.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, we're all super excited. Star Wars is going to go to some amazing places this year. There's a lot going on for this franchise, and I'm super excited for it. But let's move on to other news.
They just recently announced some casting for the new Power Rangers movie that's coming out. Naomi Scott, who played Ryoko on the latest release, The Martian. Mm-hmm. So now they're starting to cast the characters in. But what they had mentioned was they don't want to cast the archetype to the characters, but they still want to have the base five. They want to have Jason, Kimberly, Zach, and Trini, and Billy. But they don't necessarily want to have them cast, Zach being the black dude and Trini being the Asian girl.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to...
That was a bit close.
I mean...
On the edge.
But the thing is, okay, I get that you want to get away from that whole, the Black Ranger's the Black Ranger.
Yeah,
the
Asian Ranger.
The quote unquote, the yellow lady is the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're taking the characters and you're still changing their gender, are you really staying true to the series as a whole? I mean, retrospectively, none of us really minded that Zach was the Black Ranger. None of us really minded that Trini was the Yellow Ranger. I mean, in the source material, the Yellow Ranger was a dude.
Yeah.
To begin with. That's like when you see the Sentai footage, there was just nothing going on upstairs.
Yeah.
Because that was actually an Asian guy in the show. So it's like, I get what you're trying to do, but is it really necessary?
There is very strong evidence of that.
Hashtag that bulge.
So it's like, I get what they're going with that, but at the same time, I'm like, But Naomi Scott, she's English, and she's gonna be playing the character of Kimberly. So not a blonde going to the brunette, unless maybe they possibly decide to dye her hair. Who knows? But it's been, now that we're starting to move forward and finding out that there's characters coming in, it's definitely set as a go that the movie's gonna be coming, and I believe it's supposed to premiere 2017.
Okay. All right.
So it's going to be interesting seeing Power Rangers back on a big screen, but really meaning it this time around. I mean, the first movie was really good. It had nothing to do with what was going on with the show, but it used the same people. Whereas in this movie, it's not going to be connected to the show at all. And we already know that going in. So now you can have your own movie franchise. Because why not do that? Why not take something and say, okay, well, this is this version of it. I mean, Batman's done it. He has, comics, cartoons, action figures, movies, more movies.
Right.
And again, movies, but they're all different versions of Batman. The Ninja Turtles have done it. They've had 3 cartoon series now, about 4 or 5 different comic lines, and 2 sets of movies now. So why not? Why can't Power Rangers have a Power Rangers multi-universe type deal? Why does it all have to be connected? So, I mean, this is what the fans want, essentially, even though the fans are more the older generations who have been keeping up with it and the younger ones who don't know the old legacy. This is a really good way to kind of reintroduce the Power Ranger line and bring everybody back together.
Everybody
It has the potential to make a lot of money. Yeah.
Choo-choo.
Yeah. The potential to do a lot.
Oh, there was another sequel that was announced. What? Oh yeah, The Incredibles.
There you go.
Yeah, finally.
Incredibles. Man,
I think this is the most anticipated sequel from Pixar in ever.
Yeah. Although I am kind of looking more forward to Wreck-It Ralph too. Only because it's
Really?
got my favorite character in it coming out.
Who's that?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, Sonic's coming.
Yeah, he's supposed to actually have like a legit role, like sideline character, not like a little cameo.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, that's gonna be awesome. At least I hope I'm not overhyping myself.
Yeah.
About it. But he's actually showing up in a movie, so I'm kind of excited.
Think so. I mean, American Sonic animated wise is pretty legit.
Oh, imagine if it's the Sonic Boom
I
Sonic.
would love if it was the Sonic Boom Sonic because he's great.
He is pretty good.
The game, not so much because no time, but the cartoon is awesome.
The cartoon is pretty awesome.
He would fit that so well. Just like this kind of like nonchalant, like he knows. If you ever watch that cartoon, Sonic is always just like, I don't have time to be dealing with this. Why do I have to deal with this? I can't believe I'm in this situation. And he just kind of makes the best out of it as he can.
My favorite so far still the scene is the sandwich.
Yeah, that's
that's the sandwich. He's like, Sonic, the crust. Don't even have to
explain.
Sadly, I haven't been able to keep up with that show because I have so many other shows I'm trying to keep up on.
Yeah, there's a lot of TV.
But man, Sonic Boom's so good.
Like, but back to Pixar. Pixar is fixing to kill it.
Yeah.
Like, they got so many good movies coming up.
Yeah.
The Good Dinosaur comes out next month.
Yeah.
I don't even really know what that's about, but it's a Pixar movie, so it's probably going to do really well. Might even surprise people who really knows. But then coming in 2016, Finding Dory. I love Finding Nemo. Still one of the best movies.
Makes
that
me
they've
cry
done.
every time. And now that I'm a dad, all that mushy stuff makes me cry now. Seriously,
Especially
I don't know what it
if
is.
it involves a daughter.
Yeah,
it's gonna be stronger for you.
I was telling G-Lux earlier in a conversation, when we were talking about getting together today, and I was telling her, I'm like, oh my god, I'm over here watching. I'm behind on my anime, and I was catching up with Dragon Ball Super, and I was watching the episode where Goku finally goes Super Saiyan God. They finally learn how to do it, and they need 5 Saiyans in order to do it, but they don't have enough. They only have 4, and they need a 5th. And then Vidal's
I'm right now. I can probably name 3, which is Goku, obviously, Vegeta, and Gohan.
Check.
Okay.
Who's the other 2?
Goten and Trunks. They're half Saiyan.
Yeah, Goku's second son, and then Vegeta's.
Wait. Oh,
Son,
Trunks.
Yeah,
Right.
And not like
Not
teen
future.
Trunks, future Trunks, but like 7-year-old Trunks.
Yeah.
So who was the 5th again?
Okay, so they had 5, but they're like, no, you need 5 to infuse into 1. So they were short 1 because they were all going to infuse their spirit into Goku or whatever.
Right.
And Beerus, the god of destruction, was like, oh well, it looks like I'm gonna have to destroy your planet now. And then Vidal just kind of hops in there. It's like, I don't know, but does an unborn Saiyan baby count?
Does an unborn quarter count?
Yeah, does an unborn count as a Saiyan? And I was like, oh, snap. They're going to make that argument here on this show, about whatever.
Wow.
And, yeah, it turns out that the baby in her womb was Saiyan because Videl is Gohan's wife. Right. So, I'm like over here crying because I'm like, oh, my God, Gohan and Videl are having a baby. I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. And then when they start infusing their spirit into Goku, and her belly just starts glowing, and then she's got like this Saiyan aura over her. She doesn't go Super Saiyan. Everybody around her is going Super Saiyan, but apparently the baby in her womb is going Super Saiyan. I was like, what? But okay, I'm rolling with it. I'm like crying because I'm watching it with my daughter River. Right. So I'm sitting here kind of like,
Broly, eat your heart out.
No, Vegeta. That just reminded me of that episode in DBZ where Vegeta gets pissed off because Goten and Trunks are going Super Saiyan.
Yeah, you're right.
He's like, Super Saiyan is a kid's thing now, and I'm like, oh my god, you just got upped by a womb, Vegeta.
Oh man!
Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's gonna. I know Abridged hasn't gone that far, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna.
Oh yeah, I
say
can't wait
something
till
about
the Abridged guys
Get him a
do
sensu
super.
bean to handle that aura burn.
Yeah. No, now they got sage beans apparently.
Oh yeah.
Sage beans.
Well, I think that's a Japanese version of the sensu bean. The sage bean.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what it
Yeah,
is? Oh, okay.
they come from that same space.
Ah, okay. That threw me off. I was like, what? There's a sensu bean and a sage bean? Okay. So yeah, the Finding Dory is coming out. Incredibles is landing July 21st, 2019. So we got.
And then before that, the movie that broke me, or the continuation of the movie that broke me, Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4, yeah.
Oh, they can't continue. Well, I guess they can't continue.
Rashida Jones is writing.
Yeah,
it.
Rashida Jones is writing it. I trust her. She's really
Yeah.
funny.
She is. The only thing is, I'm sad because I thought Rashida Jones was
Gonna be
Wasp.
yeah.
I was like, oh, I think she would have played a good, but I still, Evangeline Lilly did a really heck of a job in Ant-Man. And speaking of Evangeline and Ant-Man,
We'll be seeing more of them.
we'll be seeing more of them. And the official title is Ant-Man and the Wasp. So
Nice.
it's going to be amazing. She's going to be front running that movie.
So another actress is gonna be Wasp?
No. She's still going to be the Wasp. No, Evangeline Lilly is going to be the Wasp.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's getting her
Her
movie.
suit will be done.
Yeah, her suit will be done. Because at the end of the credits, or at the end of the movie, they show her suit, but she doesn't
Yeah.
actually get to put it on.
Yeah.
So
Like,
she
we
is
were working on the
phenomenal.
suit, but now we realize we've been building it for you.
Yeah.
Let's finish it.
And I was crying there during the movie.
Oh my
That
God.
mom, that dad-daughter relationship.
Yeah,
man.
dad-daughter relationship thing. I was like,
Man, I sure do hope they find mom in shrink space, because that would be great.
yeah, that would be the
Totally
ultimate win
possible.
story. That would be the ultimate. But I mean, she's like in shrink space, dude.
And
She'd have to be.
And from my understanding, she's still shrinking.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's still shrinking.
Time could be moving at a different rate because
I think it
shrink
does.
space.
Yeah.
So when they catch her, she was like, to her, she may not have been in there that long.
And they slowed down time,
Mm-hmm.
so she actually is still 30
Yeah.
something years old.
Yeah.
That
So we get
lucky-
Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp,
Yeah.
the original Wasp back. Oh, that would be
It's like,
actually pretty cool.
I'm thinking about her husband, man. He's gonna be still with a 30-year-old woman.
Yeah, lucky guy, right?
It's all good, bro.
Lucky guy. So, but because Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming, the other movies that Marvel movies that we've been waiting for, including Black Panther and Miss Marvel,
They're all rotating back.
they're getting pushed back.
I mean, they were already rotating back to add Spider-Man into the mix, so
Yep.
I guess a little bit more time to cook in the oven isn't so bad.
No, yeah,
That just means we're getting better movie.
yeah, excellent. And I'm really hoping that
Spider-Man.
that they approach Katie Sackhoff for Miss Marvel. I'm like crossing my fingers and my toes and my legs and whatever I can twist that Katie Sackhoff. She would be amazing as Miss Marvel. I think she's got the attitude for it, and that Longmire, man, she was awesome. She was awesome. I
Dang
just
it.
finished that with my wife, and I'm like, no, I've got to wait forever for Netflix to bring the next season. Why did I binge? And that's because I only watched one or two a week. I took my time with it with my wife.
Isn't that model great though?
It
It's
is.
just there when you want it.
It's fantastic, but at the same time, it's a double-edged sword because you finish it and then you have to wait an entire year or so for the next one. Well, for some shows, I think.
some shows, yeah.
Because Daredevil's already coming back in 2016.
His trailer got leaked from the New York Comic Con last weekend.
Yeah.
And they showed off on the Jessica Jones too.
Yeah, Jessica Jones is coming out, which looks good. Looks fantastic. And the Doctor, the 10th, David Tennant, is going to be the bad guy in that show.
No, he's gonna be on. He's getting work. He's gonna be on the Ninja Turtles season 4.
Really?
Yeah, he's playing the Fugitoid. One of the few characters that are still alive because everybody's dead now.
Yeah, everybody's long gone. Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
was that the
even-
finale? Everybody died?
Oh, oops.
No, I
You're not gonna-
haven't seen it since the first
Yeah,
season.
man. Everybody gone.
Like, unbelievable. The Triceratops showed up, and the turtles failed to protect the Earth, and the Triceratops and the Krang have been at war forever. And a character from the comic in the 2003 show, Bishop, showed up, but in this version, he's an Utrom, which is a Krang that's separated from the Krang hive mind. So now we have like the actual Utroms in the series, which is a great callback to the 23 version of him. And yep, they couldn't stop the Triceratops from obliterating the Krang, and by obliterating the Krang, obliterating the whole planet that they're on, because they really hate the Krang. The Krang use a black hole to like warp their planet into non-existence, so they just kind of have a piece of their planet that they turn into like a world ship. So now they go around doing the same thing to everywhere the Krang shows up at. Not just get rid of the Krang, make sure the Krang can't take over this planet by getting rid of the planet.
Oh my goodness.
And the Earth is gone.
Yeah,
Earth is just all gone. So season 4 is going to be in space, Turtles, April, Casey, and the Futuretoid. Which, from I guess a commercial standpoint, is amazing, because that gives you a whole new excuse to just make, oh, look at all these characters that you can buy now in action figure form, because these are the new guys that we get to introduce. We don't have to worry about them. We'll come back to all the Earth stuff later. I'm sure they'll fix it, because towards the end of season 3, they were time traveling.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure the time travel person will just bring them back. But the thing about that is before the Earth was destroyed, Shredder killed Splinter. He straight up like
Shank.
Like, whoa, like this is like for a kids show, it was pretty amazing what they've been doing this season. The Turtles go back in time, and they get to see how Shredder and Splinter wind up separating over Tang Shin. They show how the Shredder was an adopted clan from the Hamada clan, and he turns on them and burns the place down. And Orokisaki and Hamada were having a standoff inside as the place was burning, and Tang Shin runs in, and Saki's about to bring the finishing blow on Yoshi, and she cuts him off, and then you see, whing! Like, you see one face, he's like coming in pure rage, the black screen, quick slash, and it cuts back, and he's just like, oh my god. And then it cuts to her, and she's drifting off like, and it shows Yoshi, and he's like, no! And the turtles are like, ah! And then like the building comes down, and like Saki runs off. So the turtles rush in to save Yoshi, and they move the pillars over, and then Mikey has Tang Shin, and he just looks up like almost wanting to cry, and then they just leave her behind because she's already dead. I was like, oh my god!
Oh my! Wow,
yeah, dude, it was deep.
It's so intense. And so as they were trying to save the Earth, right, the turtles and all their friends in the show, Leatherhead and Mondo Gecko and a bunch of other people, aren't enough to stop the Triceratops. So Splinter and April go see Shredder, and he's like, look, the thing between you and me, it's not going to work out if the Earth is gone, right? Okay, so let's save the Earth, and then we can settle our business later. And so now you got Shredder, and all the villains are teaming up with all the heroes to fight the Triceratops. And it was great. Like, you see them all, like, backing each other up and whatnot. And then they're running for the machine to stop the machine. And Splinter's like, we're going to make it, we're going to make it. And you hear, shing! And then it cuts back, and everyone's just like, oh! And it shows Splinter from half up. You see Shredder's knives coming out of his chest, and the Shredder standing behind him. And you see him pull his arm back, and the knives retract. And I was like, yo, he's just done. And then Tiger Claw, his head in command, he's like, Shredder, what are you doing? And Shredder's like, I don't even care if the Earth gets destroyed. I finally beat him. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Man.
By stabbing him in the back,
you wrecked the planet because Splinter could have made it to shut the machine off, but Shredder's like, nah, killing him is more important. I don't even care if I die. I don't care if everyone dies. Like, whoa.
Wow. You don't care if even Karai died.
Issues. Yeah, the whole thing was about Tang Shun's daughter, which is Yoshi's daughter, Miwa. After Splinter is assumed dead, Saki finds her outside,
totally
and he adopts her
to this season,
and he calls her Karai. And so he raises her, thinking that it's Splinter's fault that her mom died.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that episode.
And so then, after she finally realizes the truth, the Shredder brings her back, and he like puts his mind worm on her to control her. But then like the turtles help her get rid of the mind worm, and then she just disappears from everybody. So she's just laying low. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the season, we're thinking, okay, like Karai's still alive. First we thought she was dead, but now she came back. But now she's not under control anymore. Is she gonna go back to Saki? Is she gonna go back to Yoshi? What's gonna happen? And now it doesn't matter because everybody's dead. So, I mean, like,
Wow.
it's gonna be interesting to see what they do in season 4. But like, the cartoons are so good right now.
Yeah.
Like, ah,
That's man. I am so far behind on a lot of shows.
there's a lot of shows. I'm gonna break kayfabe for a second and talk about something I saw this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't said it out loud and openly, but we kind of hinted at it. But I watched My Little Pony. That's okay. I'm old enough to admit that it's a great show. It has great morals and stuff.
Yeah.
We've had our clashes and differences, but
Oh man, the clashes were pretty vicious.
Hey, to each his own. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I openly admit it. I watched the original My Little Pony with my sisters when we were younger. And I still remember the theme song.
Right.
And this past weekend, I just bought River her first pony. So
see, now you gotta start watching the show with her, man.
no,
It's a different kind of appreciation because now you're doing it for the daughter. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a really good show for her to watch.
Yeah.
Like I mean, just like you learn something every episode. It's just
Yeah.
like that's a great life lesson. People should do that more in their lives. Like every episode, like people should do that more in their lives. And this last episode that I watched, they have these 3 characters, right, that are sisters of the main characters, except for one. But they don't have their mark yet, right? So they don't know what they're going to do in their life. So they make a team called the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and they have a clubhouse. And all they do is they try to figure out what they should do with their life, right? So they try all these different things. And they have this one antagonist in their class who's always picking on them because they're called blank flanks because they don't have their mark. This past episode, we finally figure out why she picks on them because her parents are filthy rich. And I forget the mom's name, born something or whatever, right? But they're super snobby and whatever, and like to them, having the money and the power is the thing to be expected, and so they've been always telling their daughter,
ponies have money and power.
That's the assumption. Like you keep up with the class and keep up with the prestige and this and that whatever, and your reputation, and like don't associate with these low level people, especially those blank flanks. They don't even know what they are, right? And so, but
that's just funny.
But she realizes later that like this is not who I want to be, but I don't know how to get myself out of the situation that I am. So the girls actually decide to befriend her, and she winds up so we get the character redemption. She winds up being friends with the Cutie Mark Crusaders. She finally figures out how to use her abilities to benefit other people because her ability is she has the ability to get people to do what she wants. Mm-hmm. So now she starts using it in a way to benefit everyone around her. She convinces her father to fix the stuff in the schoolyard because at the end of season 5 there was this. Oh, in season 4, there was this awesome battle that just destroyed the town, like straight up Dragon Ball Z fighting. And part of the fallout was the carousel at the school was broken and the playground was broken. And so she convinced her dad to donate the money to fix the playground. She's helping everybody build stuff back together. And so the girls realize, we spend all this time trying to figure out, what we're gonna do with our life, but then when we take a second to help other people, we wind up helping other people. So do you want to just do that instead? Like let's not worry about what we're going to be because we have all the time to figure that out. Let's just focus our energy on trying to help other people realize what they can do. Yeah. And so they agreed to it, and then bam, they got their marks, and they all got the same mark. It was slightly different. It's like a shield with their 3 colors, and the 3 colors are their hairstyles, their hair colors. And then one has an apple because she's Apple Bloom, and then one has a lollipop because she's Sweetie Belle, and the other one has like a lightning bolt or kind of like a scooter thing because she's Scootaloo. But their goal is to be best friends forever, helping other people to figure out what they want to do with their life. And we've been following this thing for like 5 years now because they're in season 5. And they've had at least 2 or 3 episodes where it's a Cutie Mark Crusader episode. This is their adventure. This is them trying to do their thing. And they finally figured it out. Why could I not stop crying the entire... After I saw that episode, I was just like, I was broken. I'm like, this is so good. Like, I'm so emotionally attached to these characters who I didn't really think I cared that much about because whenever a Cutie Mark episode came up, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's one of these. No problem. At the end of it, I'd be like,
I have a possible theory that it might have to do with what the episode was titled.
Yeah, the episode, the title was Crusaders of the Lost Mark.
Wow.
Yeah, plus puns.
Okay.
plus puns.
Yeah.
It's like everybody, like the collective fandom just kind of assumed, okay, we're following these kids. They're going to get their cutie marks whenever the show decides to end. The last season, that'll be like one of the last things to tie up. they've already confirmed that they're doing 3 more seasons, and now they have their mark. So now, whenever it's their episode, it's going to be them helping people. So they get a transition.
Yeah.
And there's a character development there. But I'm just like, it felt so good seeing it finally happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a cartoon. I'm so invested into this. But that's how good it's written. It's really a good feel to just sit back and watch a cartoon that's not over the top crazy. That's something that you can enjoy with the family. That's something you can enjoy with your children, and they'll benefit from it. And then you might even wind up learning something that you can apply to yourself as well. And plus, it's funny.
Yeah.
The characters aren't dumb. They're not just like this single archetype thing. They all have their problem situations.
Yeah.
They're not perfect, but you see how they're able to deal with one another to maintain their friendship, which is magic for all intents and purposes of this show. So it's like I spent the last 4 hours on Sunday catching up because turns out the season came back from half season and I didn't notice. So I was just stockpiling all those episodes until I got to there, and I was like, wait, what? And it was the 5th year anniversary that Saturday that it came out. So what a way to go. Mm-hmm. And one of the main writers, she was leaving to go work on a Disney show, and this is the penultimate episode that she wrote. She has one more laid into the end of the season, but this is one of the last ones that she wrote. So I'm like, this is the reason why I love this show. It's episodes like this that really make me look forward to watching every week.
What really makes me look forward to watch the next episode is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh my god.
It's on right now.
I know. Why are we not watching this?
I'm here with you guys, and I could be watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Seriously. That was amazing, the last couple episodes.
The past episode, by the way, spoilers, this past episode, where Fitz just flat out went into the portal. Just dived right in there with nothing to, to make sure to keep him alive. Because he never knew, for all he knows, there's no oxygen on the other side.
Yeah.
So he just dived right in there with a rope.
All he knew is Simmons is over there.
I'm going to go find her.
I'm going over there. I mean, I'm glad he's totally over his brain thing now. Maybe this is what he needed to just sort all that stuff out. I got to get myself together. My girl is in danger. She finally confirmed that I'm her guy and she is my girl. And now she's gone. Nuh-uh, dog. This ain't happening. We're
I'm getting my
back.
girl.
You don't understand.
So they while he's on the other side, the Daisy was previously known as Sky. I prefer that name. And I guess Agent Coulson prefers it too. That
happens with Die Hard.
While she was trying to maintain the portal open, she couldn't. The thing just disintegrated.
It blew up.
And it looked like Fitz was still going to be on the other side. But no, the hand came up. They both made it out. I was getting
real nervous.
Man.
I was thinking, okay.
I was way nervous.
As he's in there, I'm thinking, are we gonna resolve this right now, or is this gonna be one of those? Okay, we're gonna have to resolve it later in the episode. This is gonna be a story arc for the season. Fitz trying to get back. Is he gonna get stuck over there? And then when the portal blew up, I was like, okay, he's coming back because you're not gonna get rid of both of them. But the question is, did he get her? And so I'm sitting in there, I'm like, oh.
That was the question.
Okay, he comes up, okay, that's to be expected. He looks up, and he leans over. I was like, yes! Yes, he got her.
It was like he got part of her.
I was like, man, he just comes back with an arm.
Oh my gosh.
That was horrible.
I had stopped breathing when he was like, pull it back, and then he starts getting dragged away. I was sitting up.
Like,
and I leaned up, and I was like, oh, good show, man.
That was a really good show.
We're only at what, episode 2?
3. Today's on 3.
That's right.
Yeah, today's episode 3. Yeah.
Like, yo,
and
get hype.
We'll be watching it later tonight.
Yeah, it seems like they're really trying to push the Inhumans here. But I read an article earlier last week about there might be some trouble with the Inhumans movie. I don't know what's going on over there, but from what it looks like is what happens to most franchises that start doing really good is that money starts becoming a problem.
Oh man.
And I'm like, man, that's just not necessary,
Well, that's after hearing that Age of Ultron was not successful.
Yeah.
because it was supposed to make 5.5 and they only made 5.2. It's like, come on, are you serious with it,
yeah.
dude? Butts are in the seats. What more do you want?
Yeah.
What more do you want? Like,
It's like, come on, not everybody likes superhero movies. Not everybody's gonna. I mean, even if they don't like it, and some people went and saw it anyways, it's not everybody's fancy. So what if they didn't like it? I mean, my parents went and saw it, and they're like, I didn't get it. You know, I didn't get it. I didn't know what was going on. It was too much, too fast. And they didn't really care for the movie, so they never went back and saw it again. I saw it a couple of times because I thought it was pretty good. I liked seeing, what's his name?
I know what is his name.
Vision.
There you go.
I was like,
I don't know. I don't know what character you're talking about. You gotta help me out.
I was trying to think of the actor's name. I couldn't think. I was like, okay, Vision. I like seeing Vision on screen. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll get more of him in Captain America 3.
Captain America 3. Black Panther's coming out. Captain America 3 also. So supposedly Spider-Man is gonna have a cameo.
Apparently, Holland has already filmed his piece.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he's gonna be in.
I'm interested in seeing what his physique is like, because they're going back to playing a younger teenager Parker. So I'm wondering how his physique is going to compare to the Amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man just needs to be lean and mean. That's all.
Yeah,
that's Spider-Man. He's lean but deceptively strong.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he's got the strength of a spider. So.
Exactly. So he doesn't Spider-Man should never have to bulk up. Just cut.
This is true.
All cut.
I say that the first Spider-Man movie that Sony made, that was good.
It was good.
That was good. Second one was good too, and I really did like the third one. How they portrayed him and everything. But the movie in itself was amazing.
I like the first half of the third one. If the third movie ended with Spider-Man ripping off the symbiote in the bells, and then ended with the venom dripping on the Eddie, and then end perfect.
That right there.
That would have been great. Spider-Man 3, and then just do 4 with the confliction there and all that, and extend that. Shouldn't try to cram it all into one.
Yeah, that was the problem. They tried to cram everything into it, but
they learned their lesson, and now they're playing ball with Marvel.
Yeah, which is awesome. And
now there's rumors that Fox is learned their lesson, and they're playing ball with Marvel, talking about doing an X-Men Avengers movie crossover in 2020. So
yeah, they on top of Ant-Man and the Wasp getting announced and Black Panther and Ms. Marvel getting pushed back, 3 unnamed movies have been slated for 2020.
Ooh, 3.
3.
I like the number.
Yeah. So
I mean
that just seems to be the norm.
2020.
Yeah, 3 Marvel movies a year.
Yeah, we'll be old. You'll be old.
I'll be old.
I'll be older.
I'll be 36.
The oldest.
I'll be almost
Forever.
40. Yeah. Ugh.
Oh my god!
I know.
40.
I'll be almost 40, but I'll still be watching superhero movies.
Yeah.
And My
Till
Little
the day
Pony.
we die, man. Till the day we die.
Ride or die. Yeah, you're right.
Gonna be in the old folks' home. River's gonna be bringing me Jello and stuff, and we're gonna be watching superhero movies.
That's like my dad, BK. He was telling me a story.
We're gonna be together. Watch the first Avengers.
Once an Avenger, always an Avenger.
You know it. That's like my dad, BK, was telling me a story. He was at the house, and he recorded Heroes Reborn, and he recorded Gotham and Flash and S.H.I.E.L.D. And so he's watching them back to back to back to back, and my mom comes in, and she's like, aren't you trying to watch all these superhero shows? And he's like, no, I love this stuff. So I'm like, if he's on it, I'm all over it.
Yeah.
A little heads up, because some of y'all may know, I help out I'm not Seffi, Frittles. I help out Frittles a little bit with the card trader of Star Wars, and there's a hot moments thing. 7:30 until 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Is there a specific card you might want me to find on that one?
I'm not chasing that set because they're like ridiculously hard to get. I mean, I like the cards, I really do, but they're ridiculously hard to get. And the hot moments, they say the odds go down 1 in every 10 pack, but I have yet to get.
1 in every 10. That's
Yeah.
50,000 credits.
Yeah, I've yet to get anything.
It's a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some,
Holy
I
cow.
think, I think some of these, because there are some people
It's a
that
lot of death sticks.
Tops Tops gives away 25,000 credits every day to get people.
There was a time I had over 200,000.
Yeah,
And when you want me to find something, I couldn't find it. I spent over 150,000.
yeah,
Couldn't get it.
yeah. Sorry.
That was a whole lot.
Yeah, and that will happen. They'll say the odds are 1 in 15 or 1 in 10, and nothing comes out. I mean, I'm spending 200,000 credits that I've saved up. Nothing comes out, and I'm like, daggone it. But then sometimes I get super lucky, and I'll pull like three inserts after maybe 1 or 2 packs.
Nice.
And I'm like, man, and it's just really hard. You just have to be like picky about which
What
cards
set to open.
Yeah. Right now, the sets that I'm chasing after is the Rock-On sets. Those are pretty cool. I like those.
I still can't figure out how Topps got away with digital collector cards.
I don't.
It boggles
makes
my mind.
It makes sense though. I mean,
But does it though?
yes, it is the biggest money grabbing.
But how? If I could just go online and go make a JPEG and just make the photo myself, how does that work?
Because you can't sell that JPEG on eBay. But some people are selling these
Yeah, you can.
cards on eBay.
That's what kills me. Like, how did they turn this into something viable? It's all
because
digital.
I mean, digital.
Because Topps put it out and they're like, oh, we're Topps, so
No,
this means it's money, and people just say, oh yeah, Topps, this is money.
Well, the size of smartphones, like the way they're shaped, they're kind of like cards, I guess.
Yeah.
And when you have them all digitally in one hand, all you got to do is swipe.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's everything is going digital nowadays, and it just makes sense for something that was primarily a paper medium to go digital because, I mean, it costs them next to nothing to make these cards because they're digital.
And
but they can
that's
get
my
people,
thing. But they got people to say this is financially worth to you. This digital know-nothing thing that we can just generate on a minute is something that you need to have, and you're going to give us money for it. And the people said, yes.
emotes from Destiny.
Okay.
Bam.
Okay.
I say that as I'm doing the Carlton.
I haven't gotten any yet.
Yeah, and see, and
Okay.
that's and that's the thing. I mean, they don't tell you have to purchase credit packs. They give you 25,000 credit packs. 25,000 credits every day. And then on the 7th day, they give you 50,000 credits. So you can just sit there and collect credits all you want. But if you
want to get that master pack, you got to pay $1 to get in.
Yeah, if you want to get the master packs with the different color variants, you're gonna have to pay some money. So yeah, I mean it makes sense from a financial standpoint. They're gonna be making some money off of this.
Yeah, it just blows my mind how they did it with cards.
Yeah.
But, okay. Speaking of Destiny, I'm a little salty at you right now because you're over here farming for.
Dude, well, we've been
your sword.
I've been at it, for a few minutes. I still haven't found one of those stupid crystals. I've got all my void abilities tested to 100%, so that's done, which was taking forever. And you're still sitting at a pretty 50.
59, yeah.
Yeah. So
let's get a little bit of quick Destiny talk in here so we don't lose Fyro too much. They brought out update 2.1. The 2.1 took out all the range ability on the shotguns, which, even though they're still amazing, but it brought back the Iron Banner.
Yeah, Iron Banner is back. Yeah.
I need to be playing that right now. I have a reputation to uphold. I'm still in the top 1% of wins for all Guardians, and I need to continue this spree. Don't know if I can handle it, though, now. It goes up to rank 7. And some of the bounties got a little bit more difficult.
Does go to rank 7?
It goes to rank 7 now, yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I was joking about that earlier. I had this hypothesis because they also released in their notes that now they're, instead of relying on RNGesus for exotics, and Xur for exotics, they've been adding more quest lines that will eventually give you exotics. And everybody has been scrambling to get for the past 3 weeks since Taken King was out was finding the way to get that sleeper stimulant, which is supposed to be the new Gallahorn for Taken King.
And when you level it up, it will be.
It will be. And it's pretty fun. The only thing is it's got a really low
Charge time.
I mean, it's got long charge time. It's got very low ammo. And so it's okay. It's fun to play with. But I'm not using it too much. I'm sticking with my rocket launcher. But now they're saying that there are going to be, and that was a timed. Everybody was going crazy trying to find it, but it happened to be just a timed release event, much like the raid was.
Yeah, you had to have your prerequisites with the those Dark Age relics.
Yeah.
So if you hadn't collected them yet, you wouldn't have got the event when it started. Right. But if you had your 4 fusion rifles that you picked up and brought back to Banshee, it just started showing up. But then you had to figure out how to unlock it.
People were scouring every planet, every war sat, Rasputin for clues on how to unlock this thing, and it turned out to just be a timed release. That's what it was, just a timed release. And so that got me thinking, what if there's an exotic for Iron Banner?
Oh, man.
What if there was an Iron Banner exotic weapon? Or armor or something, armor piece.
Exotic class item or something?
Exotic class item or something. And I was like, why not? I mean, that would actually be a pretty good reason to play Iron Banner, because a lot of people don't play Iron Banner.
That and the blueprints do show there are year 2 exotic class items.
Yeah. Not
to be confused with the ones that you buy if you buy the collector's edition, because it's still topped out at 170. So it counts as a year 1. It just helps you raise that that new class quicker.
Right.
It helps you get to 40 really faster, which is interesting.
So I jokingly said that you needed, in order to unlock this exotic, you had to get to rank 7, because before it only went up to rank 5.
Yeah.
And I was kidding about that. So it actually turns out there is a rank 7. That's
because
amazing.
People will get to rank 5 by Saturday, and the banner runs all the way to Monday night on the reset.
Right.
So it's like, well, if people are getting to 5 earlier, why not give them some more rank and to get up to? But what's killing me is everything costs marks to buy from Saladin. Not so much marks as it did before. Like a class item only costs 40. Some of the weapons only cost 90, whereas most vendors sell weapons for 150.
Yeah.
They sell armor for 75
yeah.
and 90. So it's like it costs less. The bounties that you turn in will give you marks, so you can spend your marks to buy stuff when you get to those ranks. But you have to worry about, which takes away from the glimmer farming, which I'm kind of okay with. But at the same time, if you go into the Iron Banner with no marks, you're not going to be able to get all the stuff that you want to get.
Yeah.
Unless you already happen to have those, which at this point nobody has, because this is the first time we've been here.
Yeah.
You mentioned emotes. They brought back tests with the new marketplace.
Yep.
Where you can spend actual money for a new resource called Silver to buy various different things like emotes. Like you mentioned, he bought the Carlton. Mm-hmm. I want to get the sarcastic slow clap.
Yeah. Which is a legendary emote.
Yeah, there's 2 classes. Rare emotes are 200 silver, which is like, what, $2? Is it $100 for $1 per 100 silver?
I think it's something like that, yeah, because I got 1,000 for $10.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like $1 for 100.
The legendaries are 5 and the rares are 2.
Mm-hmm.
So the come at me bro is 200.
Yeah.
But the 2 that I really want are 500 because Bungie knows how to get the money.
Yeah, they're gonna give you a little bit, but if you really want that one thing, it's gonna cost you. But that, I mean, again, this goes back to their new model for this second year of Destiny, is that they're not going to be charging for the later DLC packs. They're going to be focusing on getting the money from these purchasable emotes.
That's the good way to go. It justifies everybody who had bought all those DLCs before, who spent that $120 last year and then had to buy in another $40.
Yeah.
Because now, in the long run, you spent less than you would have if you were playing, Madden every year, or if you were playing Black Ops every year, or if you were playing, some other shooter every other year, or some other subscription service every other year. Because at the end, you still paid less,
right?
Total, which is cool. I'm down with. See, now you've got your Void done, and you're getting closer to your exotic sword.
Yeah.
I did something yesterday and you weren't able to get on, so...
Did you do the raid?
I may have defeated Oryx yesterday. That may have been a thing that happened, which is hilarious. We me and our mutual friend Archangel, we were hopped online and we were trying to find some guys to get in. Jordan was having issues with, the family life and stuff and whatnot, and so Baby wasn't gonna let him play because the baby knows when Daddy wants to play Destiny is the time to act up.
Yeah.
So the baby kept away from the controller. So we were like, why don't we just go hit up LFG and see if we can find a group to go join and hit this checkpoint with us? Because we had never done the raid at all, but we were at the last checkpoint because a friend of us brought us in to get it. I hadn't watched any videos, and he explained to me the raid mechanic for beating Oryx. So then, after three tries, the fourth try, we did it, and so we defeated Oryx, and the end is really awesome. But at the same time, I need all the stuff from the first part to get my weapon. So
did you do the first part?
We went through the whole thing. So I have all the parts I need for the Touch of Malice. I just need to go find the calcified fragments.
I got 33.
I got a new chest. I got a scout rifle. I got the cloak. So,
but you know what? He would do that because I saw what you did the other day to your friend.
What did I do the other day?
The last time I was hanging out at your house, man. Yeah. Dude, he needed you.
Ark needed us. We were like, bye, Ark. We just dropped it.
Seriously.
We drop each other. We're in a clan together. Me, Ark, Alvaro, Quinn DeQual, and we drop each other constantly. Ravaroni. He was like, okay, Monday, 7:30, we're all going to do the raid together. I signed on. He's already in the raid in another group with 2 other people just doing it. And I was like, but you said we were going to get to... Man. Yeah. And then we tried to wait for Friddles, but it was clear Friddles wasn't going to come back. And I was like, well, the raid resets tomorrow. So if I don't use this checkpoint, I'm going to have to start from scratch, and I've got nothing going in. And I'm trying to get my character better for Iron Banner because I need to get up there. Oh, I bumped the mic. And so we did it, and it dropped Ark a 309 scout rifle, and they gave me a 302. He got some high stuff. He got the shell, and the shell dropped over 300, so now he's got a higher score than me, and that disappoints me because I play it way more than him. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's Gus Bucket. But yeah.
Well,
Destiny's chugging on great.
That's okay. I dove into Transformers Devastation, which has been pretty fun also.
Have you gone back down to the normal difficulty?
I went back down to normal difficulty because, man, hard is hard. It's ridiculous.
It's a platinum game. You can't jump into a platinum fresh game at hard mode. They're designed to increment you up to those difficulties. In fact, when you beat the game, you can do the next level with the stuff that you have. So it's meant to progress.
I think that's what it was. Is because I went in there newbie with nothing, and I wasn't doing any damage whatsoever to Devastator at all, dude. I was like, what the heck? I'm getting pounded. But it's been pretty fun so far. I got through the first chapter. I unlocked what was it? Sideswipe.
Sideswipe, yeah. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Bumblebee, Sideswipe,
and Gridlock, right?
And Gridlock, yeah. So I got Gridlock unlocked, and I picked up a lot of new weapons, and they look pretty awesome. I haven't tried out the synthesizing yet. Supposedly you can make your weapon stronger by synthesizing weapons into them and stuff like that. I haven't tried it out. I haven't got that far into it, but so far I'm liking it. It's a lot of fun. And the voice acting is amazing. The story is pretty good so far.
They're saying that for this game is going to be part of 3 of series, not necessarily direct sequels, but it's tying into something called the Prime Wars, and they're associating it with across like the merchandising and stuff. And so there's going to be other games that tie into this story that will continue on forward.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I hope
Transformers looking to bring it back in a big way, G1 style, because Gen 1's the best one.
Gen 1 is best, and you know what? I think they need to do a Power Rangers game. Yeah. I think that would be pretty awesome if Platinum did a
Platinum made a Power Rangers game, I would lose my mind. Again,
would be
for y'all who
fantastic.
don't know, Platinum did Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2, and they did Vanquish, and they're working on Scalebound right now, and they've done Transformers Devastation, and they did the Korra game that came out on the Live Arcade and PlayStation Network, and they did Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. So these guys know their action combat, and they're also the original team that worked on Beautiful Joe, and they also did the 100 Wonderful, or the Wonderful 101, which is kind of like a Sentai game, but not Power Ranger.
Yeah.
But if Platinum made a Power Rangers game, that would be like the end all, the be all of that kind of genre style of game, that character action. Because they got it down to a science, and everybody would show up in this game. Like all teams, all days. Their endings, the endings of their games just continue to escalate. You think the game is over, and no, the game's not over. The credits start rolling, and bam, there's more game. And then you see the title screen, and bam, there's more game. Like they don't know how to stop, and it just keeps going to the moon every game. Like man, please let that happen.
Yeah.
Bandai, go talk to Platinum. Saban, go talk to Platinum. Make this happen.
Yeah, y'all want to make some money.
This will sell like gangbusters.
Yeah. That would be pretty
absolute gangbusters.
Yeah.
I think that's enough hype for now. I think we're done here. Because I can't think of where else we can escalate from on that note. Wait. We have one more thing.
One little hype. One more little hype. My comic book got... my Kickstarter got met the goal.
Success!
Finally,
Claps around.
Thank you all to the both of you too that you helped me out there. That was great.
We do it.
So yeah, right now I'm on the process of getting it all done. I'm organizing the pages right now. Make sure everything's set up right. I'm getting the names down on the thank you page. Those with the star on it, it's gonna y'all both get the star.
Yay!
Sweet.
We get a star.
VIP access.
And the books will be signed, and I really appreciate the help. I mean, it's exciting. This is like a whole new step for me that I didn't know I was gonna be able to take, and I really appreciate it. Thank you all.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Now we're
Started
here.
from the bottom, now we're all the way here.
Before I was nervous that if I was actually gonna make it. Now I'm nervous for a whole different reason.
But hey, a whole different reason is a good reason.
Is a good reason. So yeah, books. I'm looking forward to having it done and printed out in about. I want to as quickly as possible. I want to send it off by the end of next month. Giving myself enough time to make sure everything's good and right. The Kickstarter I did put by January, so that's the latest. Hopefully it'll be sooner.
Well, looks like you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah,
indeed you do.
And I've already backed you.
Yeah,
I backed you so I could be a supporting character because I know exactly who I want to be in your comic and expect full details on that.
All right.
I've got the whole thing fleshed out. I fleshed it out in like an entire...
I'm gonna be sending out surveys to people who pick that tier. So to ask what you want on those what details. So
for some reason, I feel that you should be afraid.
Yeah. No, he already told me what he wants, and it's a pretty cool idea. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. For those people that picked the supporting or background characters tier, you'll show up within the next 7 chapters. Cool. So it's all gonna be really first come first serve basis because like I said, I'm sending out those surveys, and whoever's gonna give them to me first is gonna be showing up first. I guess Friddle's kind of got a shotgun there.
Well, you know what?
You're right.
I will acquiesce because I'm here and I'm a patient man, so I'll let your fans have a shot at it first before.
Oh yay!
But you guys got a 4-day head start.
Yeah.
All right. 4-day head start.
I'll send out those surveys tonight. So well, I guess does that about wrap it up for tonight?
That's pretty much gonna do it. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, this is Spyro. You can find me on youtube.com/c/frozenboxvlog. and over at FrozenBoxComics.com. That you can find me at Twitter and Facebook also, FrozenBox Comics. And to my right,
and this is Father of Riddles saying good night. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Father of Riddles.
And this is GLX247. You can find me on Instagram at g.lux.247. Also, if y'all have any questions you want to ask us, hit us up at the Twitter at CoolerCast. You can also hit us up at Gmail at CoolerCast@gmail.com. Again, that's CoolerCast@gmail.com. Thanks a lot for listening, everyone. Y'all have a good night. Keep it cool, and as always,
stay frosty.